So getting started, as usual, with just our scan of the body and kind of getting into a state of mind for our movement today. And so that scan of the body, starting from the top of the head and moving down to the tips of the toes. And as usual, this scan is without any judgment. It's just to notice where you're at and how you're feeling today. Because as always, this practice is for you. And so any places that are feeling not particularly great, maybe you keep a little bit lower of a version or expression of some of the poses that we're doing. And places where you're feeling maybe a little bit better today, maybe you take up a couple of notches as we move through this progressional practice. As you find that scan of the body and maybe any of those points of tension, I want to invite you to find any range of motion that may feel good as we get started today. So if you found that tension in the head or the neck, maybe it's a roll of the chin to the chest and the head side to side. If you found it in the shoulders, maybe it's a couple of shoulder rolls in each direction. Maybe it's a nice big lateral stretch either way or a spinal twist. And if the legs are a little bit sore, maybe it's just a fold forward and a stretch of those legs wherever you need to be. And if you need to adjust that comfortable seated position as you find that range of motion, I invite you to do so. We'll find about 4 nice deep breaths here as you finish out that scan and get into that range. Once again, this is your practice, so just getting started on a way that feels good for you today. About 2 more breaths here. After that last one, just go ahead and bring it on back to center. That again, nice comfortable seated position. And if you adjusted in a way that brought you out of your seated position and maybe felt better than where you were to start, so maybe you lengthen the legs for a forward fold, feel free to keep them there through these first couple of ranges of motion. We'll start off nice and small with our roll of the head and the neck today. So find that nice big inhale for that super long spine. With that exhale, go ahead and drop the chin to the chest, and then nice and easy, we'll just roll the head side to side. So right here towards that right shoulder. As usual, if you'd like to extend that range of motion and look up a little bit, feel free to do so. If that doesn't feel quite right, feel free to keep it right down there. And then nice and easy, side to side, left ear to left shoulder, and then back and forth just a couple times here. Once again, starting off getting warmed up with the head and the neck. And maybe starting to bring your breath in tune to with your movement. So the exhales can bring you down through center. The inhales can bring you side to side. 2 more breaths here, about once more in each direction. That range of motion. After you finish that last one, that final exhale takes that chin back to the chest, and then that inhale lifts the head back up. We're back in that center seated position. We're just gonna take 4 nice easy shoulder rolls in each direction so you can keep the arms in close. If maybe it'll feel good to take the arms out wide, you're welcome to do that as we find those nice big shoulder rolls. So choose that first direction, just 4 in each direction. So after you finish that 4 in the first, go ahead and switch it up 4 in the second, opposite direction. Just finding that easy range of motion. So wherever your circles need to be. After that 4th in your second direction, go ahead and exhale. Release those shoulders nice and low away from the ears. We're going to move into our lateral stretch next. So once again, moving at your pace, our next inhale brings those arms out and up nice and long towards the ceiling. We'll move side to side nice and easy. The exhale brings the right hand down to the mat, the left arm up over top for that nice big stretch. And then our inhale brings us through center, and same thing other side. As always, if you move a little faster or slower than me today, that's totally fine. Just getting warmed up and moving with the pace of your breath. And you can always go a little bit deeper or a little bit shallower into this stretch. So maybe you have the range that you can bring the elbow all the way down to the mat. That's fabulous. If you're not quite there, then just bring that palm down and find whatever kind of stretch feels right for you as we get going here. Let's take about 4 more nice deep breaths. Nice inhales through center. Exhale. Fabulous. And one more nice deep breath. Feel free to even out if you need to with one more after that. And then our final inhale will bring us back to center, and the exhale will circle those arms down and around. Take your time, like I said, if you needed to even out and hit that last side one more time, finish that out. Big inhale to center, exhale circles us down. We're gonna go right into our spinal twist next, just to finish out these nice, easy warm-ups, and then we'll get right into our couple of ranges of motion, our flow today. So go ahead and give me that inhale for our nice long spine, and then our exhale turns us over in one direction, brings that hand to the outside of that leg, and that same side hand comes around behind the back. Same as before, go ahead and flow with your breath at your pace. Maybe if you need a little bit more of a hold in either direction, that's totally fabulous. If you prefer to move with each breath, that also works wherever you need to be just to get started. And the spinal range of motion is an important one, especially to take at your own pace and at your own range. If adding in those arms through center is a good reminder for you to bring that long spine every time you move through, feel free to do that as well. Either of those options works for that change of direction. Let's find about 4 more nice deep breaths here. Nice and easy side to side. Twice more in each direction. And one more time, same as before, if you need to even out, feel free to finish out that last one. And then that final inhale brings the torso back to the center, and the exhale just releases the shoulders or the arms nice and low away from the ears. Oh, I've got something caught in my throat today. All right, so we are going to get right into it, but like I said, it's kind of a building practice. So our first couple rounds will just be a little bit of a warm up. And then as we move through this, I'll give you options to take each thing up an extra notch. If you'd prefer, as we move forward, to stay with our first set of options, I invite you to do so. So like I said, we'll start from the knees. We'll bring it into some lunges and things like that. But if you're feeling a little unstable, or a little bit less like you need bigger ranges of motion today, you can start at that first level and stay there. If you're ready for any of the movements to take them up a notch as we go, I'll give you that extra notch with each round, and you're welcome to take it or you're welcome to keep it wherever you're comfortable. From here, let's go ahead and transition over to our hands and knees to get started with that. So take your time, bring it on around. Like I said, I have this blanket for just an extra layer under my knees today. If maybe you need it under the wrists, or maybe you don't need anything under those knees because you have carpeting under your mat or something like that, that's also fabulous. So we're starting off right here with those wrists, either right under the shoulders or maybe a little bit out in front if you need that extra little bit of space. The knees are under the hips. Let's just move nice and easy into our cat and cow. So those inhales, pressing the belly towards the floor, lifting the chin and the pelvis to whatever range you need. And our exhale rounds the spine up towards the ceiling, tucks the pelvis underneath and the chin towards the chest. Once again, go ahead and move that with the pace of your breath a couple times in each direction here. Once again, just getting the spine a little bit warmed up before we get going. Making sure that from the standpoint of the hands and the wrists, you've got those fingers nice and wide and stable. So we're not putting all of the pressure into our wrists. We want a little bit of extra pressure through those hands, especially if you've got any kind of lingering wrist pain. Go ahead and take 2 more nice deep breaths, twice more in each direction here in that cat. When you finish that last one, just go ahead and bring it right on back to center, that nice long spine. Alrighty. Our next range of motion, we're going to go right into our bird dog. So right arm and left leg, we're going to do 4 on each side. So we're going to extend nice and long. Our inhale takes us long, and then our exhale pulls the elbow and the knee towards each other. There's 1, we've got 4, so 3 more. Our inhale takes us long. Our exhale pulls us into a 4, and kind of at your own pace here. So I'd like you to take it kind of slow, but as always, if you're moving a little faster or slower, feel free to. With your 4th, you still want to bring the elbow and the knee together, and then set the right hand and left knee down. Same thing other side, 4 over here. Left arm and right leg, nice big extensions, and then belly button pulls towards the spine as you exhale and pull the elbow towards the knee. Here's that second. So again, if you're a little bit off pace from me, that's okay. Keep moving where you are. I just have to count out loud so I don't get lost in my own. After you finish that fourth, same thing, make sure you pull the elbow towards the knee and then set those both right down. Our next range of motion will be kind of building. So our top range of motion for this next one will be our down dog to plank, but we're going to start off with our puppy to cobra. So take those hips at whatever range you need today. We're going to exhale, press the hips back towards the heels. So if your range is about 1.5 inches, 2 inches back towards the heels, that's fabulous. If you can press all the way back so that they almost touch, that also works. And then we'll inhale to press forward. As always, that cobra can be the full extension of your arms, or you can bring the chest down a little bit closer towards the mat and just lift the shoulder blades and the chin off of it. So go ahead and flow a couple times here. We've got the exhale to press back, whatever extension of puppy feels right for you today. And then that inhale to press forward into cobra or baby cobra or anything in between. Keeping it moving just like that couple times. Excellent. And moving that with your breath. Keep it going. Fabulous. Give me one more time in each direction. So one more time back, one more time forward, and then we'll just meet at that hands and knees position. That nice, neutral, long spine, hands and knees. We're going to use this transition to take us into our lunge. So we're going to start with that right leg coming forward. We're going to keep the left knee down. So I want you to just kind of extend it out and then circle it around to find that right leg forward in that low lunge. Now take a second, use that hand to adjust if you need to. If it didn't quite reach, make sure that the ankle is under the knee. From here, any depth that works for you, we're finding that stretch through the hip flexor. Find your balance. Inhale to sweep the arms up. We're in that low lunge. We're finding our nice long core. We're finding that stretch through the hip flexor. Fabulous. We've got 4 pulses. So our first thing I want you to do is inhale to lengthen that front leg. Our exhale is going to find our cactus arms and our bent front knee. So exhale pulls us forward and opens the chest. There's 1 of 4. Keep it going like that. Inhale up for 2 and down. Here's 3 and down. Fabulous. One more just like that. Our inhale takes us up for our 4th and sink into it for that 5th or 4th. We're in those cactus arms. Fabulous. Give me that inhale. Lengthen the arms, but keep the leg bent. Exhale folds us forward. Plant those hands. Curl the left toe under. Lift the knee. We're going to step into our half split, and then our left leg is going to meet our right at the top of our mat. So fingertips come forward a little bit, transfer your weight to your right leg, just a little mini stretch here, and then step the left forward to meet the right. We're in that forward fold. From here, we've got our chair and our 4 pulses. Inhale sweeps the arms up, sinks the hips back. Here's our 4 pulses. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up tall. Exhale, fold it forward. Excellent. We're going to step it back into our high plank position. So bend those knees however much you need to. Step those feet back nice and long. Go ahead and set those knees down into our modified plank. So our torso is still long. We're not at hands and knees, but our knees are down. All right, we've got 4 of our push-up to T planks or side planks. So right here, let's start with those modified push-ups. Take it down, exhale to press back up. From here, side plank, left leg turns out to the side, inside of that right foot opens, right arm opens up. There's 1, take it down through center, push up, and then left side. Push up, and then right leg turns out, left leg lengthens, open that left arm. There's 2 of 4, 1 more time on each side. Same thing, kind of taking this at your own pace. Finding that side plank, we'll take that up a notch for our next round. So if that side plank is a little bit more modified than you usually take it, or that push-up's a little more modified than you usually take it, that's okay. Finishing out those 4 with that left side, and then bring it back down to center. From there, we're going to adjust and bring it back to our initial positioning at hands and knees. So just step those knees in just a little bit. We've got our 4 bird dogs on each side, starting right from the beginning. Our inhale takes us out long. Our exhale pulls us in. Go ahead, 4 on this first side, and then 4 on that second side. Maybe we're moving just a tiny bit faster than that first time through. When you finish that 4th, make sure you pull the elbow towards the knee and then set them down and switch it up. Same thing, second side, 4, over here. 3, nice. When you finish that last one, set the hand and the foot down. And then we've got those puppy to cobras. So our exhale presses the hips back through your range of motion. Our inhale presses forward. We're going to do 4 of those. We've got our sets of 4 today coming at us. So 4, here's my second. As usual, if you need to take these a little slower, feel free to. If you need to take a little less range, feel free to. There's my third. I've got one more, and then we're going to meet at that hands and knees position. Excellent. So find that nice centered. We're going to take it to our lunge from here. So this time that left foot steps out and around. Take that second to adjust if you need to. We've got those pulses. Our inhale takes those arms up nice and long. Fabulous. Lengthen the front leg with our inhale. Here's our 4. Take it down, arms cactus. Inhale up. Here's 2. Up. And 3. Nice stretch for that hip flexor. Up, and here's our 4th. Take it right down. This time, keep that knee bent. Extend those arms up. Fold it forward. Plant those hands. Curl the right toe under. Lift the knee. We've got that half split to step it forward into our chair. Fingertips come forward. We step it up. Foot goes up. Right foot comes down to meet the left. Inhale, sweeps the arms up, sinks the hips back into that chair. Here's our 4 pulses. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up. Fold it forward. Excellent job, you guys. Bend those knees, plant those hands, step it back to that high plank position. Now from here, you can take those knees down for those push-ups, or you can keep them up. We've got that push-up down center and then that side plank. So our push-up, our exhale to take it up. You can still set that knee down, open into that side plank, or you can take it right over into that T. Same thing, we've got 4, 2 on each side. Keeping it moving right like that. So this is our kind of most intense version of this with the push-up and the full plank. When you hit those 4, go ahead, set those knees down, take it to hands and knees. If you're moving a little faster in these for those upcoming rounds, you can always do 6 if you need to, just to kind of even out that timing. All right, we're gonna take it up an extra notch here. Let's curl those toes under, press those hips up and back. We're in that downward facing dog. Take a second, pedal up those heels. All right, now your first option here is those 4 bird dogs on each side, so you can set those knees down and get going with that. Your second option is a shoulder range of motion. So we're gonna be in this downward facing dog. All we're gonna do is take that right arm, press the palm back and up. We're in that shoulder full range of motion, and then set it back down. We've still got 4 on each side, so 8 total. Pressing that arm up, shifting your weight, and then bringing it back down. If you're in those hands and knees, bird dogs, that extension with that inhale and that exhale pulls it back down to center. I'm on 4 of 8 of those shoulder ranges of motion. Keep the core nice and strong. Like I said before, that bird dog is a fabulous option, still super challenging, more challenging than it looks. So if this isn't quite right for you today, feel free to stick with that. I've got 1 more, and then I'm going to set those knees down nice and easy. We're going to stick with that puppy to cobra for this one final round here before we take it up. So 4 each way. Exhale, presses back. Inhale, presses forward. Excellent. And as before, find that range that works for you. If you've gotten a little bit more warmed up and you've got more range than we started with, feel free to take a little more range. I've got 1 more each direction, then we're finding that hands and knees. All right, nice. Okay, hands and knees. Let's take it to that lunge. Right side, leg steps around. Make that adjustment if you need to. Now I've got an option to step this one up a notch. We're gonna take it into that low lunge. Now, if you're ready to take it up, we're gonna curl the left toe under and lift the knee. We're in more of a balanced position. If you aren't ready for that, keep that knee down. That's also excellent here. We've still got those 4 pulses. Give me that inhale to stand it up. Exhale, bend through that knee cactuses. Here's 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Looking good, you guys. And 4. Keep it bent. Extend those arms up. Fold it forward. If you have that left knee down, go ahead and lift it off. We've got that half split into that chair. So step it forward, lift it up. and then bring that left down to meet the right, right into that chair. Sweep the arms up, sink the hips back. Here's our 4 pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up, fold it forward. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step it back into that high plank position. All right, set those knees down if you need to for those push-ups. We've got that T push-up, 4 of those. Push up down the center, and then open up into that side plank. You can still have that inside knee down. That is also that option there. So once again, your option to step it up or keep it right where we were when we got started. 4 total, 2 each side. When you finish those, go ahead and set those knees right down. All right, excellent. Back to the top, other side. Curl the toes under, press the hips up and back. Nice stretch. All right, you can set those knees down and find those 4 bird dogs on either side. You've got that shoulder range of motion. Pressing that arm up and back, 8 total for each side. A little bit of balance there. Our single arm downward facing dog. Awesome, I'm on that 4 of 8. If you've got a little less range of motion, that's totally fabulous. Maybe that palm just presses up towards the thigh. Just working on keeping those hips nice and even. I've got 1 more each side here, finishing out with my last one. And then go ahead and set those knees down. All right, option to step up that puppy to cobra or keep it in that puppy to cobra. We've still got 4. Curl the toes under, press the hips up and back, or press those hips back with that exhale into puppy. Right here, we've got our down dog to plank. So our exhale presses back, our inhale presses forward into that plank. Same thing here, 4 of those total, 3 more coming at us. You can still have those knees down and still find that puppy to cobra. That also works. I've got 1 more here, and then we're pressing it into that hands and knees, bringing those knees down. Got 1 more time on that second side with that option. So after those 4, let's go ahead and find hands and knees, step that left leg forward. Option to leave that knee down, or same thing, we can step it up. So find that inhale, sweep those arms up. If you're ready to take it up that notch, curl the right toe under, lift the knee. We've got our 4 pulses. Inhale stands us up tall. Exhale brings it down for 1, 2, 3. Last one brings us down, keeps that knee bent. With that following inhale, we lift the arms, we fold it forward. Now, if you have that knee down, bring it up, half split to our forward fold. So half split, then step that right foot forward to meet the left, chair pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up, sink the hips back. 4 pulses, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1, stand it up, fold it forward. Step the feet back nice and long, high plank position. T push-ups, we've got 4. You can set those knees down or you can keep them up. We'll find that push-up down center, and then that option for that side plank. 2 each side. Nice work, you guys. Keep breathing. That exhale presses us up on that push-up. You guys look awesome. Lots of great strengthening work today. When you're done, those knees can come down. All righty, let's keep it going. Curl those toes under, press those hips up and back, downward facing dog. If you'd like to, you can set those knees right back down, take it into that bird dog, or we've got that shoulder range of motion. Arm comes up and then back down. 8 total for each direction, whether you're in that bird dog or that shoulder range of motion. Again, that range can be however much or little you want it to be. We're just working on getting them moving here. Keeping that stability, even though we've got that single arm down, those bird dogs are an excellent option. Fabulous. When you finish that 4th, we've got that puppy to cobra or that down dog to plank. So you can keep those knees up if you're ready to move right into it. Either way, our exhale presses those hips up and back. And then our inhale presses the hips forward, either into that plank or to that cobra. 4 of those. Inhale up and back. Exhale into plank or cobra. Here's our third. And that fourth. Alrighty, now we're gonna take it from here to our low lunge. So if you're in that plank, press those hips up and back. You can set those knees down and step it around, or you can take it through that three-legged dog. So right foot goes up and back, nice stretch, bend the left knee and sweep it forward. Take a second, adjust if you need to. If you had that left knee down, you can keep it down, or you can lift it up. We've got those 4 pulses. Sweep the arms up, we're in that crescent. We're inhaling to stand it up nice and tall. Here we go, we've got 4 cactus arms. 3, 2. Last one takes us down. Keep that knee bent. Lengthen those arms. Bring them down. Now from here, option to take this half split up a notch into our warrior 3. Transfer the weight onto that right leg. You can bring the fingertips down, or you can sail right up into that warrior 3. Now fingertips down, you can still find that half split. Little extra work is going to be that balance pose. Next inhale, and exhale, steps that left foot down to meet the right. Fold. Chair pose. Sweep the arms up, sweep the hips back. Here we got those 4 pulses. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it all the way up. Fold it all the way forward. Bend those knees, plant the hands, step the feet back, nice and long into that high plank position. From here, T push-ups, toes or knees. Either way, our exhale presses us up. We've got 2 each side. Working on those sets of 4 today. Lots of push-ups, but you guys got this. Take any kind of option that you need to. I know that my push-up form kind of goes down the drain after a couple if I'm doing them all from the toes. So I definitely need to take that option of the knees down, especially at this point in the practice. When you hit twice each direction, that was words, good. Go ahead and set those knees down. Fabulous. We're taking it to that other side. Here we go. Curl those toes under, press those hips up and back. Now you can set those knees right down, take it into that bird dog, or I've got another option for you. We've got a leg lift instead of that shoulder range of motion, but we're gonna do it from our plank. We've still got 8, so we're shifting the shoulders out over the wrists. We've got 8 of those glute extensions. You can still be in that bird dog. That totally works here with those knees down. You can still be in that shoulder range of motion. That also works. This is our most challenging option yet. 8 total glute extensions. And then when you finish those 8, you can either press those hips up and back or set those knees down and press it back into that puppy. We're going right into that down dog to plank or puppy to cobra. We've got 4 here. Inhale, exhale out. Same thing, 3 more. Nice work, you guys. I've got this last one here, and then we're pressing up and back, downward facing dog. Now again, if you need that extra assistance with getting that lunge in, you can set those knees down and step it around, or we can go through 3-legged dog. Press that left leg up and back, bend the right knee, take the left leg forward. Sweep those arms up, find your balance. If you had those knees down for that lunge and you'd like to bring them up, go ahead and bring that right knee up. We've got our pulses. Inhale stands us up tall. Exhale down for 1. Fabulous. Here's 2. Here comes 3. And our 4th takes us down. Keep that left knee bent. Extend those arms up. Fold it forward. Option 2, float into that warrior 3, or to still take it to that half split. So transfer the weight onto the left leg. Half splits here. Warrior 3 is here. We're trying to find that parallel. If you need that leg to be down a little further, that's fabulous. 1 more inhale. Exhale, steps the right foot down next to the left, forward fold. Nice work, you guys. Chair pose, sweep the arms up, sink the hips back. 4 pulses, here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stands it up tall. Exhale, folds it forward. T plank, step those feet back nice and long. Toes or knees to each direction for our 4 total. Our push up, and then that side plank. Taking the option that suits your practice best today. Fabulous, nice work. You guys look awesome. After that fourth, go ahead and set those knees down. All righty, we've got one more time on each side. If you need a second, feel free to grab a sip, take a couple rolls of the wrist, take just a moment. There's another range of motion that might feel good. And then we're gonna finish off with just one more time on each side, and that will be it for today's practice. Went super quick today. So finishing out strong, last couple minutes here. When you're ready, go ahead and meet me either at hands and knees or in that downward facing dog. Alrighty, we're gonna start from the top. So if you're going into those bird dogs, feel free to keep the knees down. If we're taking it up into that plank glute extension, curl the toes under, press the hips up and back, downward facing dog. And then let's shift the shoulders out over the wrists. Either way, we've got 8, keeping those toes pointed towards the ground, finding either that extension for those 4 each direction, or that extension for those glutes, still 4 each side. There's 5 for me, 6, 7, and then press either back into that puppy or back into that downward facing dog. We've got our puppy to cobra or our down dog to plank. 4 here. Here we go. Out nice and long. Hips towards the mat or onto the mat. Those knees can definitely be down, especially if the wrists are bothering you. It's been a lot of work for those wrists. And I've got that last one. And then we're taking it back. All right, excellent. Next is going to be that lunge. So knees can be down or we can be from that down dog. Either way, right foot steps forward. Make that adjustment if you need to, so the ankle's under the knee. If you have those knees down and you want to lift the left, go ahead and do so. Sweep it up. We've got our 4 pulses, right leg forward. Inhale stands us up. Exhale brings us down. Inhale up. Exhale 2. Here's 3. Last one. Taking that bend in that right knee. Extend those arms. Fold it forward. Warrior 3 or that half split. Step that weight onto that right leg. You've got that balance pose. You've got that non-balance pose, wherever you need to be. Next, exhale, steps the left foot down next to the right, forward fold. Chair pose, 4 pulses. Sweep the arms up. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Hold it forward. Bend those knees, plant the hands, step it back, high plank position. Set the knees down for those push-ups if you need to. 4 T's. Here we go. Nice work, you guys. You guys look awesome. Way to stick with me. You're gonna stay after it. After that last one, set those knees down. We've got one final round. All right. Fabulous. Final round. Here we go. Those knees can stay down. If you're ready for those bird dogs, we can curl those toes under, lift the knees, and shift out into our plank. If we're doing that extension, we've got 8 total. Either of those options is excellent. Excellent. When you finish those out, hips up and back, either puppy or down dog. We've got that down dog to plank or puppy to cobra. Here's our 4. 3, 2, and 1. Take those hips up. All right, fabulous. Lunge, left leg, either from those knees or that 3-legged dog. Sweep it forward. Find your balance, lift it up. If you had that knee down and you're ready to bring it up, bring it up. Here's our 4. Let's take it up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend those elbows, extend the arms, keep the knee bent, fold it forward. Warrior 3 or half split. Nice. Next exhale brings that right foot down to meet the left, forward fold. Our final movement today, we've got that chair with those pulses. Sweep the arms up, sink the hips back. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up, keep it tall, keep it tall. Lateral bend, right hand comes down, left arm comes over top. Inhale through center. Second side. Inhale, take it up to center. Exhale, circle it down. One final deep breath, palms meet overhead. Inhale out and up. Palms meet, exhale down to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me on this lovely Wednesday.